Hi folks, Dr. Byer again. We're talking about female hormone imbalances, and this is going to be my part 2 on endocrine disruptors. Last time we talked about 6 of them. We're going to talk about 6 more. These are chemicals in our environment that will have a hormone-like effect in a negative way in our body. And these are what I call the X factor. These are things that no one really thinks to check, but in many of my bad hormone cases, they're a player in us getting the person to feel good, the female to get their hormones regulated. We all know the typical symptoms of a female with hormone dysregulation, okay? PMS, bad, headaches, bloating, depression, anxiety, mood swings, hair loss, irregular cycles, infertility, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And they go to their doctor, and what do? They put you on synthetic hormone, birth control. All right, and let me tell you, if you don't know the downstream effects of that, the negative effects of synthetic hormones on your body, you need to watch my 15-minute video I made on my website, okay? It's a very short-term solution, creating a lot of long-term problems in the female body. So I don't want to get into that today, but we're going to talk about endocrine disruptors. Now, one of them is lead. All right, and by the way, I got these. I talked about 6 of them last time, and I'm going to talk about 6 more. These are the dirty dozen endocrine disruptors that the Environmental Working Group, you can go to www.ewg.org to look at these more in detail if you'd like to learn about it. So lead is found in drinking water and old paints. It harms almost every organ in the body. It disrupts the communication between the brain and the endocrine producing organ, whether it be the ovaries, testes, thyroid, adrenal glands. And it really disrupts hormones, because all of our hormones, especially in the female, because men's hormones are like this all month long. Females, we have estrogen and progesterone surges, and the brain controls that. Lead interferes with that area of the brain called the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. Arsenic, found in many foods, especially rice, especially lately. It's very difficult to find rice that's really clear of arsenic. And it's in our drinking water. This is related to skin, bladder, and lung cancer. This interferes with the ability to produce cortisol, which is a stress hormone made in our adrenal glands, which regulates our immune system, which leads to fatigue and weight gain and body inflammation, poor immunity. It's a trigger to autoimmune disease, blood pressure, diabetes, and osteoporosis. The 9th one is mercury. Now, mercury, the main source of mercury is burning coal, and then that gets into the airstream, and then it gets into our oceans, and then it gets into our seafood. This is one of the reasons why, folks, many people take fish oils as supplements, and you don't want to be buying them, cheap sources of it, like, Kmart or Walgreens and things like that, because the supplement industry is very unregulated. So the FDA doesn't regulate it, which is bad in a way and is good in a way, because if they did, things would cost 10 times as much. But you really want to get your fish oil supplements from a quality source, so they're free from mercury. Now, mercury interferes with a hormone that controls progesterone production in females, called luteinizing hormone, and men that controls the production of testosterone. And then it damages the cells in the pancreas that produce insulin, so it leads to type 2 diabetes, or it's one of the factors, okay? Number 10, perfluorinated chemicals, PFCs. This is non-stick cookware, right? Teflon, things like that. 99% of Americans have these chemicals in their body. And water-resistant coatings on clothes, furniture, and carpet all contain this. The new car that you just got, okay? Kidney and thyroid disease are linked to these, and these PFCs lower sex hormones. Organophosphate pesticides, which are found in just about every pesticide. This lowers testosterone and thyroid hormones. And glycol ethers, found in paints, cleaning products, and cosmetics, lower sperm count, shrinks the testes in males. We can test to see if the female is having an immune response to these chemicals on a lab from Cyrix Labs, array number 11. I'm Dr. Byer. I hope that helps. Have a great day.